So I've just signed up to a salsa class this evening, having never gone to a dance class in my life ever. And I want to take this opportunity to highlight a 3-step process on how to overcome fear, because pretty safe to say this is way outside of my comfort zone. As I say, I've never done a dance class. I wouldn't normally do this kind of thing. And so this is a really good opportunity to shoot a video to highlight a few things and highlight how you can overcome fear of certain situations that are outside your comfort zone as well. Now, first thing to recognize is that when we're feeling fear, right, fear is nothing more than an emotion in our bodies. And the reason that it exists is because biologically, if you think back to, hundreds of thousands of years ago or tens of thousands of years ago, our ancestors, cavemen, in situations where they were, let's say, in a tribe of 50, if they were thinking of pushing their comfort zones and going exploring over that mountain over there, right? Now, all those years ago, going exploring into the wild on your own probably would have meant certain death. Either you're going to get eaten by a saber-toothed tiger, you're going to starve, you're going to get killed by another tribe, maybe disease, list goes on. So biologically, humans are wired to not want to go outside of comfort zones, not want to go into the unknown, because unknown is unsafe, and unsafe means potential death, which basically means we can't reproduce, we can't pass on our genes and further the human race and all this kind of thing, right? So biologically, we're wired to fear the unknown. So whenever we try to do something that's outside of our comfort zones, the fear response is there. It's designed to keep us alive. But the problem is, in today's world, going to a salsa class is not really going to be risk of death, I'd hope. Depends what kind of salsa it is. So the point is, it's not useful in many situations to have this fear response, right? The fear response is designed to keep us alive. Our world these days is pretty safe. And, so there's a distinction between real danger and just a fear response when we're pushing our comfort zones and going into the unknown. So the process is, first of all, we've got to become aware that it's happening. So recognize and observe it within our body, not get consumed by it, and then get present. Right? Step 1, observe, become aware, get present. So take a couple of breaths. Don't try and run away from the feeling. Don't try and pretend it's not happening. Just recognize it's happening, observe it, and observe it as a feeling within the body. Okay? And what's happening is we're imagining a future scenario, right, in our minds of going into this unknown, and the mind is serving us up all these, terrible scenarios of everything that could go wrong and how we're going to look like an idiot, we're going to be judged by others, we're going to in business, it might be lose money, it might be fail, it might be, whatever it is, it's going to serve up all these stories about why what we're doing is extremely dangerous or risky and we shouldn't do it, we should stay safe. Now, when we're future pacing in these stories, they're created because of our past experiences and because of, things we've done in the past that have taught us and basically given us these limitations that we want to stay within. So the limitations are our known certain world. It's our reality that we're comfortable with. It's our comfort zones. Anything beyond that, the unknown, is deemed by the mind as unsafe, right? So when we're feeling that fear response, we're future pacing. So when you become present and you become aware that it's happening and you just get into the moment, what you're doing is you're sitting with the feeling and stopping that future dialogue running riot and controlling our emotional response, right? When you start to observe the feeling, it starts to become, less like this big cloud of fear that's surrounding our entire world, and we're fearing this basically fear of death, and it becomes just more of this is just an emotion in the body, like anger or like sadness or like joy or like, whatever, fill in the blank. So step 2 then is to look at the future pace scenario and ask, what is the actual worst case scenario here? What is the worst case outcome? So in this salsa example, well, the worst case outcome is I go there, I feel a little bit awkward, maybe I step on some toes, I'm a newbie, I'm a beginner, everyone starts somewhere. Might be a little embarrassing at times, but other than that, I'm not going to die, I'm not going to ruin my life, I'm not going to, again, fill in the blank of this imagined worst case scenario. It's really not going to be that bad. And if the worst was to happen and I, mess up, just like, so sorry, I'm new. I haven't done this before. Sorry, hope that's okay, whatever. It would be not that bad at all. And so when I get specific, and this is Tony Robbins' technique. So broad general statements cover up limiting beliefs in our minds, and so do broad general unspecified fears, right? So when we can get specific and look at the actual worst case scenario, like actually how bad is it? It is nowhere near, pretty much every time, it's nowhere near as bad as we imagine it is, or the fear response tricks us into believing that it is. So when you embrace the worst case scenario, get specific, and then surrender to it. Don't try and resist it. Don't try and, hide from it. Just move towards it and just embrace it. Just surrender to it and go, you know what, if it happens, it happens. It's not that big a deal. Accept it as a potential future reality. And when you do that and you embrace the worst case scenario, it starts to lose its hold over stopping you from taking action because you're willing to accept it. When you're willing to accept it and you do it anyway, the fear response isn't, it's not like I must avoid this or I'm going to die. It's more like, well, if it happens, it happens, so I'm just going to do it anyway. And then step 3 is you start to focus, and with intention, you start to focus on the outcome that you actually want to create. So put conscious effort into catching and become aware of that fear-based dialogue that's going to convince you that the world's going to end and you're going to die. Catch it, stop it, go, no, the worst case scenario is X, Y, Z. If that happens, I accept it. But what is going to happen and what I'm going to focus on happening is fill in the blanks, right? Imagine the best case scenario. Imagine what could come of it. Every time you catch the fear dialogue, stop it, become present, right? Remind yourself it's not that bad, and then focus on the best case scenario, right? That's the 3-step process. That's what I use to speak on stage for the first time, to launch my business, quit my corporate career, and now to go to salsa lessons for the first time. All right, hope this helps. That's how to overcome fear. I will speak to you in another video. Bye for now.